friends, my name is Ashok Sijala. In this session, we can learn the link button in ASP.NET. So let us start link button control in ASP.NET. So here, here Microsoft Visual Studio Express for Web Edition is open and basic website folder is already open. Here I take new file and Visual C# web form file is there, and here give the file name like studinfo and using the LNK link button. So there are three buttons in ASP.NET: button, link button, and image button. In this session, we understand how link button is work. So I cannot consume time in the design part. In my previous demo lecture, I prepare one student info form. So I just copy the design. So our goal is successfully. So here I take 3 rows because in this program I can use the table tag. So here in division tag, just copy and paste, and I show you to design, but I close the table tag, then panel tag, okay, and adjust the proper path. So looking for better, okay, here, and here also provide the for color, okay, and here pickup color option is there, so we can choose like any color, and that color is hexadecimal, okay, and also title in HTML head section like link button control, okay, link button control, okay. So link button control we can see in this. So now look our design, then we can go ahead. So that is our design. Now here take extra new row, and that row one TD is taking, and we can give the link button and that ID like LNKBT underscore submit, and run it server side X is a submit, and just close, and I can copy and paste for next link button, and this is the clear. I can show you how the clear of field in ASP.NET with C#. Okay, LNKBT underscore clear, that is the ID of second button. Okay, and taking after the table completion, one label we have to take to print our output LBL answer run it server side, and the text is output. Okay, in this design there are two choices to declare your web page to default button. Default button is very important property of form tag or panel tag. You can give in either one of them. Default button, what is the use of default button? Default button, which button you can use more in your web page, that button you can give the as a default. So here I can give the clear button, you can do your choice, and whenever we press the enter key, that clear button event is arrived. That is the use of default button. So in declaration of default button, there are applied two conditions. First, select the more useful button, and only one button is a default button in every one web page. And whenever you can enter, second condition, enter the hit the enter key, that event is arrived. So there is a default button. And also in panel tag, here you can I show default button. So here form tag and panel tag. both hold the default button. You cannot take both of them. You cannot also here form tag and panel tag. You can only one of them. So here I can use the form tag. You can also use the panel, but you cannot assign in both of them. So now our design is ready. And also one useful property here, submit button, that known as important property, and that is a on client click. So what is the use of on client click? On client click means client side some script, means when you hit the submit button, some messages appear. In like PHP there are three dialog boxes there, like confirm dialog box, alert dialog box, and prompt dialog box. So here I use, and in ASP use the confirm dialog box, confirm. So that syntax is written is a keyword, confirm is a dialog box, then parenthesis semicolon, and in single quote you can give your suitable message. Are you sure to display? Okay, are you sure to display? So whenever you can press OK and cancel, there are two buttons in confirm dialog box, and OK you can press, and that button is click event is arrive. If you not press OK and otherwise cancel button, that event is not arise. So that on client click is property of holding all three buttons, sync button, image button, or here I can use in the link button. So you can use, and in ADO.NET connectivity, this is very useful when any user by mistake press the delete key, that show it you can after this message, do you want to delete this record? So that type confirmation is have to take, and then user press the OK, then your record in database is deleted. Otherwise is cancel button, then record is not deleted. So in ADO connectivity, in the series of my lecture, I also cover connect and disconnect environment. So here we can use just checking how on client click property work on the link button. You can also use in the other two button and image button. Okay, now Control S save. That I think our design is ready. Here you can see the hyperlink button with all panel and all color are same, can provide the some different color to our four colors. So our hyperlink button is identified easily. So here we change the four color, and also we can choose like red. Okay. So that is save and check the different. Okay, so our hyperlink is a blue. Okay, so in hyperlink button is a tag, anchor tag used for HTML in output of written by server or ASP engine. So we can check at runtime. Okay, now we have to start our coding to submit button, and that is we have to print all three fields of student information, roll number, name, and gender. So our first label ID, and that is LBL answer and tax. Okay, and we can assign first heading like roll number, and just concatenation of plus sign in the ASP.NET with C#. So C# use the plus is a concatenation operator, and here text box, I think TXT RNO is the first text box ID, and then provide the PR tag, and heading is a name second field, and that is the text field ID is a TXT and tax. Okay, then third choice we provide the radio button, that is the gender, third field we use in our design, and we take in S1 as a string variable. So here one logic we can declare as a string S1 and assign to the one blank space, and if condition you take RB, M and female, male and female, and here check is a bool, return the bool value. So here we can use in directly if condition, and S1 equal to RBM dot text. Okay, so S1 taking the first radio button. If condition is false, then S1 RB second female radio button text is called assigned. Okay, so now our submit button logic is ready to display our three fields. Now one important here we can assign the logic, and that is a clear. In BCS semester 5 and 6 is project is there. That time after saving or update your database record, that time clear user defined method you can declare for that logic. I apply the button, but that time you cannot take the button. You can directly take the user defined method and call after save button, save and update button. So I can use just for demo or how it's work or how all ASP.NET all control field out clear. So I taking the three fields because you can also use a checkbox for hobby. Okay, so that time also you can useful. I here take the radio button. Okay, so our first roll number and tags assigned to the just blank. So that field text box is a clear. Same to the name field. So that is a simple logic for clear button, and here we provide the if else for radio button like RBM dot check. Then if we that radio button is selected, then we can assign the check property as a false. That is a boolean value for false. If that if condition is false, then second radio button is on, so check property we can assign the false. So here okay, and you can also apply in the checkbox same, but you can take that simple if. Here I can use if else. Okay, and same logic to apply rest of control. Okay, so that is a clear logic, and I think now our two button hyperlink button, that coding is ready to apply for output. So let us check first Control S for saving and F5 function for running our web page. So now our page is run, and here student info underscore lnk bt. Okay, so yes, output is coming, and here you can see the link button control, that is the page title we have to supply. Okay, first we have to give roll number, then name and gender. We have to check our radio button is working, because single radio button that type group is applied, group name property is there, so that is okay. You can radio button known as an optional button, so you can single only one at a time, your choice. Okay, just press submit button, and here you can see a message from web page, that is a confirm dialog box on client click, that is property of all the three buttons, button, image button and link button. Here we can use the link button and sure to display. If I press the cancel, then your not display any field. So that is in every control in ASP or web page class also enable view state is on true, but here when we apply the confirm dialog box and press the cancel, that time enable view state of this button cancel, so that event is not arise. So again I press, then message is appear, then this time I can press OK. So our three field is printing. Yes, look here. So roll number, name and male, gender. Okay, now let us check for clear, but I cannot press the mouse key of the clear button because we can assign the as a default button. So I just enter the hit the enter key, so that clear button is event is fire on click. So that is, so I cannot press the mouse click. So every web page you can assign only one default button. Either you can choose in the form tag or in the panel tag. So that is the sufficient. I can summarize all 3 points in our this session. So first, I can summarize all the point. In form tag, first point I taking the default button, and that is the clear button. You can also define in the panel tag or panel control in ASP.NET. Okay, and in this example we have to take the table tag or TRTD. There is a normal HTML tag, and here we can use the label and text, and here also second row we can use the label text for name field. Okay, next, radio button. There is a group name, that is important property of taking single radio button, and after we have to in fourth row taking two hyperlink button, and first submit button, one important property is there on client click, and we can supply the return key, confirm dialog box, in parentheses single quote, apply or suitable message, semicolon, and complete that syntax. So then and then what if you miss any single quote or any parenthesis, that time error is appear. And then after in clear button we apply the default button. Okay, and new logic part, that is simple. We have to print a submit button and just clear logic to you, and simple logic just assign every text box as a blank and radio button as a false. You can also checkbox that check property there. That time you can also, if condition simple and all checkbox, you assign the false value. So that is the end of my session. Subscribe my channel Ashok C. Jhala Academy and press the bell icon to never miss any update, and wait for my upcoming video lecture. In I take the image map controls or so many property connect ADO.NET connectivity, skin file, CSS file, master page. So thanks for watching and wait for my upcoming lecture. Hare Krishna.